Hello friends, I have shit news. Today's Wednesday and I'm actually gonna catch my flight in actually like 2 hours to go to Pennsylvania. But like 5-6 days ago, well really like 2 weeks ago, I started developing stress hives, but I had no idea what it was. And then I realized what it was like 5-6 days ago before the show. And when it hit me hard, I started getting water retention, I started getting weight, my body just doesn't want to get cut anymore. So I'm going into the show not 100%, and that's okay, because I mean I can't really control this. It's just it's a good lesson that I've pushed my body pretty hard over the past 2 years, that it's starting to affect my health. And so it's a good lesson, really. And I don't know how well you can see. It's here, it's like all over my chest here, on both sides, near the middle. I have, this kind of looks like poison ivy. I don't know how good that looks. But I have a bunch of patches all over. So not only is it gonna affect my visual look, because I won't be uniform, right? My body just doesn't want to get lean anymore. Like, it's done. It's checked out. It's like, bro, I'm fucking done. Fuck this bodybuilding shit. And I'm like, okay, well, can't do anything about it. But now I know, okay, how much pressure doing a contest prep actually puts on you. So this won't happen to me again in the future, because now I know when to go hard and back off. It's a problem that I've had, and I'm still figuring it out. But yeah, I'm gonna actually finish packing because I'm not done, and maybe you'll see some in-flight airport footage. My friend's coming with me, so I'll have a cameraman, and this won't be so static all the time. But pretty much I'm just going to have fun. That's the point of all this, is to have fun, and I'm not really even that upset about it. It's a good eye-opening lesson for me. It's too hard, man, too hard. Oh boy, this prep has been so shitty lately. So I got here Wednesday, right? And before that, you could see how my stress hives have ended up. It's Friday, by the way. So I got here Wednesday night, like 7:30. This is the hotel, by the way. It took about like 2 hours to get settled in, so I wasn't settled in until like 9, and I was just dead tired, so I didn't shoot anything. And then come Thursday, I thought we were gonna start reintroducing carbs with my coach, but because of the flight and I didn't sleep well that day, we stayed at the same calorie range. So I think, like, you could say like the last 2 weeks I've been eating 1,500 calories a day, including today, which is Friday, which is the day before the show. So Thursday, it's just pretty much miserable all day, all the time. I'm just laying down, just feeling beat up 24/7. On top of, having to train and do cardio. And in the past 3 days, I've slept a total of like 10-11 hours. I'll tell you, it's mostly because of my health, but yesterday was more specific, and I'll tell you that reason in a little. So Wednesday I only slept 5 hours because I had to wake up early and get ready for the flight and make sure everything was taken care of. Thursday I slept 1 hour. I want to sleep at 12. I try to sleep early. No, actually like 11. And then I only slept for an hour. I woke up at 12. And I just couldn't fall back asleep. And so I stayed up till like 6 a.m. and then I slept for like another 2-3 hours, and then I was up for the rest of the day. And that's mostly due to my degrading health condition. As you can see, I'm not that much leaner. In fact, I was probably leaner in that other video 2 weeks ago because my body's just breaking apart, literally. I mean, obviously, I'm in a very unhealthy spot, but I wanted to finish this prep out because I would feel worse if I quit and didn't do it than to stick to what I've already committed to. So I'd rather get last place, which is I'd be really happy to, considering how terrible this prep has been, mentally and physically, mostly physical, than to not do it at all. Because I only have probably 2 or 3 contests more in me. Also, I don't know if you can tell, I'm a very unhappy boy. I'm just going off a tangent. So yesterday or today, I've slept an hour about, because let me tell you what happened. Here, where's my phone? Let me tell you how fucking stupid I am. I almost missed the show. So I was looking at the contest info since Wednesday, right? I read it Wednesday, probably 2 times, and then I read it Thursday at least once, right? I read it. These eyes looked right at it and read it, right? And so, oh, where's my screenshot? Oh, here it is. And so, this is what I read, okay? I fucking read this more than once. I don't know if you can see that. Oh, it's mirrored. Anyways, it's talking about check-ins, and it's saying this is the time for Wednesday check-ins, this is the time for Thursday check-ins. You can do early check-ins depending on your class, because like I'm bodybuilding, so we're Saturday. So I could have checked in Wednesday as an early check-in for Saturday. So I read this, right? The main thing, the very specific thing, it says in big red letters in all capital, no weigh-in, check-in, no weigh-in / check-in is permitted on Friday or Saturday. Big red letters, capital. I read it with my eyes. I read it. And so Thursday night, it's 1 a.m. I don't know, I wasn't even sure if I was gonna sleep well last night anyway. But it's 1 a.m. I'm like, okay, I'm kind of tired. I think I go to sleep. I lay down, and then I wake up, and I'm just like, wait a minute. No fucking way. I grab my phone really fast, and I reread that. Keep in mind, it's Friday morning, it's 1 a.m. I read that, and I'm just like, fuck. I missed check-ins. It's Friday. The last day was Thursday. So now I definitely can't sleep because my brain is swirling on what to do. And like I've been here since Wednesday. I've done all this suffering, not in good form, but I did it and I want to finish it. And so I'm like, fuck. So I found the event coordinator's number and I texted him my sob story. Like, hey man, I'm swole but stupid. I read it, but I didn't register. So I just told him what was going on with me. I texted him at like 5 a.m. Something like that. And so I'm just like, I can't sleep. There's no way I can sleep because I don't know what's going to happen. And then I'm also thinking, because I'm seeing, let me show you. I have these snacks just sitting on the table waiting for me. And you know, I feel, just terrible. I feel terrible. Like you go to bed, well, mainly me because my body's broken. I mean, dieting sucks in general, but for me it's 10 times worse. I go to bed with a constant headache. Everything hurts. I'm being distracted. Everything hurts. My stomach is like turning in knots because I'm just so hungry. Everything hurts, and in a weird way, like you're just not comfortable in any position that you're sleeping. And it's fucking misery completely. But it all ends, all the misery stops if I just eat some calories, right? That's all I gotta do. If I just eat, I'm gonna feel good. I'm gonna be able to sleep. So now I'm like, well, fuck it. If if I can't go to the show, I might as well just eat this shit on the table right now, and I just go to bed real happy and feel real good, and then I could just enjoy the rest of this trip as a vacation. It took a lot of willpower just to wait. Let me just wait and see if he responds. And he ended up responding at 7, and he said come to the, or like 6:30, he said come to the tent. And I'm like, oh, whew, I can still do the show. So I go to 10 to 7, I get checked in, and I get my number, and everything's sorted out. And I wasn't the only one, there's 2 other guys there too. And we were talking about, we were like, bro, I couldn't sleep, I was so fucked, I almost had a heart attack. But yeah, luckily, show's still going on. I still get to walk on stage, even not at my best, but the intention was to walk on stage. Now, if you know anything about bodybuilding shows, this one's they changed the format. It's really weird. Generally, bodybuilding shows have a morning, and which is the prejudging, and then an evening, which is the finals. And the morning is really where they figure out who wins. They do all the comparisons. And then the finals is kind of just for fun. That's where you do your posing routine, and they do the awards. So that's when you find out who wins. Now, usually the prejudging is like 8, 9, 10 a.m. depending on your class. And the evening is 5 to 8 p.m. depending on your class. There's a big gap in between. With the whole Corona shit, they are doing the prejudging, and then as soon as you get off, they figure out who's gonna win, and then immediately after they do the finals. So you're only getting on stage pretty much once, and then that's it, which is not what I'm used to. It's different, feels weird, but it might actually be better. I don't know. And also the second weird thing, we're staying in a hotel right now, and usually they host the show within the hotel ballroom or theater or whatever they have. But because of the Corona shit, they have it in a big tent outside. It's outdoor, so they have a stage set up under the tent with lights, and there's no audience allowed and no vendors allowed. So really, it's just the competitors and judges at this show, which is weird. So really, it's just like a personal show for the judges, which really is who you're trying to impress anyways when it comes to these. But it sucks because local shows are different, national shows are different, and pro shows are different. This being a national show, this is actually where you, as a bodybuilder, start really networking with other bodybuilders and networking with the ones that are like gonna blow up and be the next top guys. Because of the structure of the show, they pretty much just want you to stay in your room. They have text alerts, and they text you when it's your class time, and you go down to the lobby and you kind of chill for a bit until they cycle the other classes out, and they're like, okay, come to the tent. So then you walk your ass 2 blocks to the tent outside, and then you do your show, and then you go back to the hotel. So they're trying to isolate you, so you can't really network as much as you could have if it was in a normal format. And second thing is, this is also where you start building your actual fan base. Local shows, it's mostly like the competitors' families that go. No one's really looking at you there. But national shows, you start to see people that are actually really interested in the sport, that start actually building a fan base at national shows. It's not quite like a pro show, right? But you start building it here, so I would get a bunch of followers and that sort of thing. But now none of that is happening because of the whole Corona thing. So it sucks. And if I knew that like all this was gonna happen, I just would have taken the year off and not broken my body. But I didn't know. And this is just really another good learning lesson for me on what to do with myself, and that I push myself too hard, and I kind of need to rein it back a bit, because obviously I pushed it past the point past the breaking point. And I don't know if I described this in the other video, but I was on track of being leaner than I was last year. If not leaner, almost just as lean, right? And we saw a nice gradual decrease in weight. And then literally it's almost like overnight, my body was just like, fuck this. And I got the stress hives and I started gaining weight. I went from, if I remember correctly, 196.6 and then overnight 197.8, almost a 2 pound gain. No, that's 1 pound. But 1 pound is a lot when you've consistently been getting lean. And I kind of stayed there, 197.8, and then it was 197.4, and then it was 199. I didn't sleep well. I think this was Wednesday, 199, and then Thursday they had a scale in the gym here, and it was also again 199. And so now I'm gaining weight, right? I'm going the opposite way, and I'm looking worse. I'm having more water retention, and we're strictly at 1,500 calories. We're not moving it, yet I'm gaining weight. So my body's just is done. And so now I know I just need to chill out more. So what I'm doing for the rest of this year is literally I'm just having fun. Like nothing. Generally the way I operate is everything I do has an ultimate goal to it, right? Probably too pragmatic, but let's say I'm watching a really good movie, right? I'm not just watching it to be entertained. I'm studying it. I'm analyzing it. I'm incorporating some part of the story, which is really good, into my own life and applying the principles into my life. So I'm watching it with intention of learning, right? I'm not just watching it to have fun and be spontaneous. And that's true with everything. Like when I hang out with my friends, I'm hanging out specifically to be social. Hey, this is my friends' time, and if I'm social with them at least once a week, which is all I limit it to, I'll feel better in the long term. It might lengthen my production time of things I want to do, but I'll be happier long term, right? Everything's very pragmatic. Everything has a calculated purpose. There's nothing I don't do that doesn't lead to an ultimate goal of something. So there's a lot of rigidity and structure and discipline in my life. And now I'm paying the price for it. So really the rest of this year, I'm just gonna have like spontaneous fun. There's no purpose, there's no goal. I'm just hanging out with people and having fun and being social. And I've been really isolated like the past 2 years, so being social is really gonna help me. And as of right now, my body is so beat that I have no intention of doing a show next year. I'll wait to see how the next year, how I feel at the beginning of the year next year. But more than likely, the way I'm reading it, as I'm done for a while. I've done too much in the past 2 years, physically and mentally, that I just need to kind of get lax with the structure and discipline and kind of be more free form. And, just have more fun, go out more. I just don't go out at all. And what I mean by going out is intentionally or unintentionally socializing, let's put it that way. That's what I mean by going out. Yeah, so the trophy for me for this show is getting through it. It's been so difficult. I've been really just wanting to quit the whole time. The suffering involved with this show is not so much psychological but physical, because my body's just jacked. It's done. And that's okay, because for some reason life is making me learn a lot of things really fast. I don't know what's up with it. Maybe it's the age, or maybe it's because I'll listen to it. But see, it's not too bad I'm actually getting my tan later today, but it's not, you know, the potential that I knew I could reach with my physique, and all that's okay. I don't know if they have a photographer here. I haven't seen one or heard of one, but if they do, I'm gonna pay for the video service, just like the other competition video, so you could see me on stage. But we'll figure that out. So if not, you'll see pictures of my horrendous look on stage coming up, and then I'll talk a little bit more about this whole disaster. The day's finally here. The nightmare's almost over. It's Saturday morning. I'm about to eat my last meal, and then in a few hours I'll have my freedom back. This is kind of where we ended up. You know, not as lean as I could be, but we finally got some water retention out, and I was actually able to sleep last night. I got 4 hours of sleep, which was, to me, is crazy, because the last 3 nights I've only gotten like 1 or 2. I'm about to eat my final meal, which for the past 24 hours I've had the same meal. It's chicken and rice, white rice, and then a little bit of peanut butter for fats. The reason this is the only thing I've been eating the past 24 hours, white rice, no veggies, is because it digests really quick and it doesn't sit in your gut. So come show day, which is today, you don't have a lot of fiber sitting in your gut, which makes your gut look bigger. And the same thing with the chicken, easily digestible. Like, I definitely wouldn't be eating steak before going on stage, because it takes longer to digest and it just sits in your gut longer. So I'm gonna eat this. It's almost 8 o'clock. I'm gonna eat this. I'm gonna go back downstairs and get my final 2 layers of tan, and I'll probably go out on around 11, something like that. And then I'm finally free. And I already have everything mapped out that I'm gonna eat. And you'll see this tired, gloomy face turn into fucking rainbows and sunshines, and I'll show you. I'm not gonna go crazy, but I'll show you what I'm gonna eat later. And those next few hours can't come fast enough, let me tell you.
Gentlemen, front double bicep. Relax. Quarter turn to the right. Quarter turn to the right. Back double bicep. Relax. Quarter turn to the right. Face front. Thank you, gentlemen. You can file off stage.
So I just got off stage, and I'm pretty sure I got last place, but I'm really happy about it. And now I'm gonna go eat with my family, and I'll show you all the, I'm not gonna go too crazy, but I'm gonna show you everything I do eat. And there was no photographer or videographer for this event, so anything you're gonna see is taken from my friend's phone or what's posted online. But I'm just really happy that I committed to it and I got the experience from it. And in a weird way, it really feels like I won. It's so weird, but I'm really happy about it. So I ended up coming to this Greek place first. Actually, it's been a real big shit show. I was gonna go to this Argentinian, you could say, steakhouse. And we go there, and because all the fucking swole people are there, they were like, no more orders. I was like, okay. So we went to get sushi. and that dude was jam-packed. So like, okay, we went to another place, but there was like a 20-minute wait time. So I was like, well, let me walk around and see what I find. I crossed this Greek spot earlier when I was doing cardio around the hotel. And so what I wanted to do was have like the whole spread of everything I got, but the guy here is really old, and he's the owner, but he's like, and he's really passionate about it, but I've literally been here an hour and a half and just got my entree because we ordered a bunch of appetizers and different things. So this is meal 1, but it might be too late to really get anything else. My last restaurant was so shitty. I got my entree and it was obviously reheated. The middle was cold. Waste of calories, I didn't even need it. But we got a sub from Bella Subs. It's a cheesesteak. Looks pretty good. And then I'll get some ice cream after. And after that I should be pretty out of commission. Alright, after this I'm done. Any more I'm gonna start feeling sick. This isn't mine, just this one. Hey, it's been a while. Today's November 5th, and this is pretty much like the first week where I feel almost normal. I'm at like 95% me. I think next week I should be back to 100%. Yeah, I got really jacked up from that show, and that show was September 5th, so it's been a while. I think I'm gonna make another video and really go into detail of the recovery process and just exactly what happened, because there's a lot there. There's a lot there that happened. So pretty much I've just been enjoying myself for the past 2 months, and now I'm back. Like I started going back to sword fighting last Friday. I started working on my scripts again. Before that I wasn't doing anything, and I'm back to heavy training. And most importantly, the desire to do these things has returned, which for a while I was just like so burnt out. I didn't want to do any of that. But yeah, I think now thinking about it, I am going to do another video about this extreme discipline that fucked me. Yeah, so that show, well really me, my fault, that it left me at such an unhealthy point that I'm absolutely certain that if I dieted for 1 more week, I would be in the hospital for some reason, because I could tell that my body was literally like every day deteriorating, getting worse and worse, and less sleep and feeling worse. So if this ever happens again, which it shouldn't, because I'm gonna loosen the amount of discipline in my life so it doesn't happen again. But if it does, I'm not gonna do a show. Like if it happens again like 2 weeks prior to a show, and I'm like, I'm so close, I'm gonna just finish it out. Yeah, I already did that once. I'm not doing it again. Yeah, there's nothing more that I need to prove to myself, because I did it. I am not doing that shit again. Because it's taken me forever to recover. Generally it takes you like a month, and it's taken me over 2 months now. But it's all good. I'm pretty much back to doing the stuff that I love doing. So start seeing more videos. I say that often, but I mean, I'm pretty inconsistent with posting. You'll start seeing more videos in general, let's put it that way. So look, here's my website and stuff. I know there's gonna be so many more episodes of this, because it might take a while. But also, I might not, because I was at the show and I saw the guys in my weight class, and they're huge. They're so big. And some guys are like 5'6" and my weight. So my idea is because I'm competing again in 2022, I'm taking next year off, I'm giving my body a break and focusing on other things, because when I do a show, I have to put everything else to the side and fuck that for a while. Yeah, so seeing the dudes, I don't know if I want to be that big. I'm pretty happy what I've built so far, and I kind of want to stay in this general area in terms of size. And so in 2 years when I start competing again, if I can't win a national show on conditioning, aesthetics, and proportion without getting like super big, then I probably just won't get my pro card, and that's okay too, because these guys are so big, man. They were just like, I don't want to be that big. They were like, not for me. Yeah, so I'll see you, I don't know when I see you.